Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Fantasy Premier League with FPL Wizard. I hope you're all fine. I hope you're all having fun, and I hope you all had a great game week 28, guys. So, welcome you all to the live stream, and hope you're all set up for the upcoming game week. Hey Barry, hey Matea, Smelly Wab, Abhijit. Mohammed Babikar, and so before we get started, I'd just like to touch upon my game week 28 and the disaster that was game week 28. You know, there was kind of a conundrum last week in my mind as to what I should be doing, whether I should be kind of wildcarding, not wildcarding. I thought about using my free hit, and when lots of things went through my mind. But then I thought I should stick to the plan which I've made, previously about my chips and stuff. So I decided that it was like I should not be swayed by what people on Twitter are doing and what everybody else is doing. So I thought I should stick to the plan, and I did. And it turned out, as you can see, guys, it was an absolutely horrible game week for me. 53 points. The overall rank dropped from 6k, like 6,000 to 27,000. So it was absolutely a nightmare to kind of, psychologically as well, because, I had the chance to pull my wild card. I did not do it. And then it just happened, guys. But then now I'd like to tell you something else as well here. There's this thing which I always kind of say. For example, there was a door, which my parents always kind of told me not to go inside when I was young, and and I never kind of went in there because I was scared. When you're small, you just tend to kind of trust what your parents have told you, and so on and so forth. So I never went into that door, and the thing is, it was not locked, it was just bolted, but I would never open that door. I was like always kind of scared, like what is in there, like, well, why did my parents tell me not to go inside? And one fine day when I was a little bit older, I was like in grade 7th, and the door was open, somebody was doing something, and he went out for some time, and I just I was playing cricket with my friends, and the ball went inside that door. It was outside our house in the garden, so it was like a garage, old garage. So I went inside and to get the ball, and there was nothing much in there, to be honest with you. It was just a normal room, just like the other rooms. It was dimly lit, inadequately lit, but it was badly ventilated. But there were no ghosts there. There were no people there, and yeah, I came back out with the ball, guys, and then I realized that there's like nothing too bad happens. Sometimes you just need to face your fears, and for example, after that day, I realized that I've been scared of this, and I've been trying to hold off, kind of making stupid moves, trying to hold off, thinking what would happen if my rank falls. What what would the world end? What happens in FPL if you don't get a good rank or whatnot? So I guess this was when all the things came to fore. For example, people were celebrating on Twitter and everything was happening, and I just had to go inside that room to see what happens when you get a bad rank and everybody else is getting good ranks. So the thing is, guys, I mean, whatever, if you see my Twitter account, it's written on that account that FPL follows Murphy's Law. That means what can happen will happen. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. It just means what can happen will happen. So I feared the worst this game week, and I was hoping that I could get away with a gray arrow or a slight red arrow, but I knew it could go horribly wrong with people having 2 Chelsea defenders, Havertz, Coutinho, whatnot. So, I faced my fears. I let it go. And I went into this game week, and it was horrible, especially being on Twitter with people all around us celebrating like 135 points and whatnot. But you know, I still stuck with my plan, and I am still going to stick with my plan. Just wanted to kind of let you guys know that and I was on Twitter in the group which we have, the Council of Wizards, talking to everybody, and just everybody was not everybody was having a good game week. Unfortunately for the Wizards group, this was a game week which didn't go well for many of us, but FPL some did have a great one. Abhijit says same. I had 67. George says hey Wiz. Hey George, I hope you're fine, my friend. Adam says you still have Arsenal to enjoy, Wiz. Cheer up. Absolutely, my friend. I've done all the kind of sulking that I had to do. No, absolutely fine. My voice doesn't seem the best because I've been taking classes, so it's just tired. George says brutal week, Wiz, chin up, bounce back. Absolutely, my friend. I'm still your apprentice. Absolutely, Adam. Thank you so much for that. So guys, with that behind me, and me coming back from the dark room now, I know how bad it can get, and it's not the nadir, it's not the lowest point, but when you've been on the apex, I've been on 3000 rank this season, and when you come back to 30k, what else can go wrong? I mean, at the start of the season, if you ask me, would I take 30k, I would say yes. Why not? So I just want to go up from here, and I absolutely don't care about if one game week can bring me from 6k to 27k, one more game week can take me back, but that game week is not going to be game week 29, because the plan is to kind of ride out game week 29 and 30 with free transfers, and then play my wildcard, and then play my bench boost, and then play my free hit. There's going to be lots of doubles coming up, and I'm going to try to make up ground in those game weeks. So that was always the plan, guys. I'm going to stick with the plan. Unfortunately, during the game week, I had a big urge to kind of pull the trigger, just play my wildcard, but I said 2 wrongs never made a right. To correct one mistake, I should not be making another mistake. So that is the reason I've decided not to wildcard. I decided to go ahead with my strategy, and that is exactly what I'm gonna do, guys. So here I am, and I'm gonna talk about my transfers that I plan to make this week, and how I plan to set up for game week 30 as well. And beyond that, God knows what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna, I have my wildcard in the back pocket, and I'm gonna have to attack the last 8 game weeks, and I think it's absolutely gonna be fine, guys. So for anybody who had a great game week, I would just like to say congratulations. But if anybody just like me did not have a good game week, guys, I just like to say, if one game week can break your rank, there's just one game week who can make. I mean, for example, if your rank broke, there were so many people in the FPL community on Twitter who were actually lagging behind in ranks, and they made up so much ground in one game week. So if one game week can break your rank, one game week can also make your rank. So just chin up, guys, and I think we shall be fine. Salmon says you can do it. Absolutely, my friend. I'm absolutely confident that we'll be able to do it. No worries here. So anyways, I think that was enough about the previous game weeks. I think we should look into the future, because once the FPL deadline is over, you can control nothing, So I guess you have to compartmentalize your feelings and think about the future. So we still have like 50 minutes to go to the deadline, and let's get ahead. Hey Sam, I hope you're fine, my friend. So guys, I'd just like to tell you my plan for this game week. I just have one decision to make, otherwise I would have made my transfer. So I'm taking out Jared Bowen, I'm taking out Josh King, and in place of King I'm bringing in Kane, and in place of Jared Bowen I'm bringing in Kulusevski. Now the reason for bringing in these 2 players is with an eye on game week 30, because they both play in game week 30, and they both have a double game week in game week 29. So this gives me an ideal chance to bring in 2 Spurs players. Now the third Spurs player which I want to bring in is Doherty, or Doherty, however you call it. The English people call him Doherty, and the Irish people call him Doherty. So I don't know. Let's just call him Doherty. So Matt Doherty, I want to bring him in. So the thought is whether to bring him in for Cancelo, who's ill and has, from all the predictions that I've seen on Twitter, they say this has a 60% chance of starting Cancelo. But since the game is on Monday, he still has a chance. So whether I bring in Doherty for Cancelo or I bring him in for Livramento is the last thing that I need to think about. I've decided my captaincy. My captaincy is going to be on Salah. So that's already been decided, so I've decided almost all the things. The only thing is whether I bring in Doherty for Cancelo or do I bring in Doherty for Livramento. That's the only decision. So I'm gonna be benching Dennis, I'm going to be benching Kilman, and I'm gonna be benching Dean. That is already decided. So I'm gonna be playing Trent, Doherty, and either it's gonna be Livramento or Cancelo. So that is the only decision that I'm kind of left with. Otherwise, my team is final. George says I got 96 this week, but it wasn't too long ago that the site went down and I didn't have a captain up. So absolutely, George, I totally understand. I remember that time actually. Abhijit says I have only one doubt for this week. Should I downgrade Son to Kulusevski to fund in Havertz or get in Havertz? The thing is, Abhijit, I'm not sure what you're doing in Game Week 30. If you're free hitting in Game Week 30, then absolutely you can get Havertz. That's no problem. But if you want a player who plays in Game Week 30, then I think just keep Son. You can just save your transfers and keep Son. So you have to decide. The thing is, when you ask me about your transfers, guys, I need to know you use your chips. Then you have to kind of get a player for Game Week 30 as well. So you need to be prepared for the future Game Week 2, as Sam says Rafinha is giving me pain. I'm on wildcard. Watched him versus Villa. He put me off massively. The thing is, against I think it was against Wolves, right? I'm not even sure. He actually had against Leicester. It was the first game of the double game week for Leeds. He had a massive chance to score. He's like right next to Schmeichel, and he just hit it straight on him. And Schmeichel made a great save, granted, but he should have put that away. To be honest with you, Rafinha. But on the whole, I think Leeds are absolutely shambolic. Absolutely shambolic. It's not about Rafinha. That he doesn't even touch the ball that many times now. George says similar moves to me was I already did Weghorst and Cancelo to Laka, Doherty, thinking of doing Bednarek to Spurs defenders. Seems a no-brainer for the two fixtures. Yeah, that's true, George. But the thing is, I'm not sure if I want to get two defenders for the double game week. I'd prefer to have like two attackers plus one defender. But I understand where you're coming from. If you can get like 10 players in blank game week 30, that's absolutely great, I'd say. And do you think he'll still be on pens if Bamford? I don't think so, no. I think if Bamford is back, I think Bamford should be on penalties. The thing is, it depends on whether Bamford starts the game or he comes on as a sub. But technically, I think if Bamford is playing, I think he should be on penalties. Rafinha was only on penalties because Bamford wasn't available. That's what I think about that. So yeah, guys, like the last decision, the thing is, I have 0.4 million value on Cancelo and 0.2 with Livramento. Finding it a bit hard. For example, the reason why I'm thinking this, if I bring in, for example, if I bring in Doherty in place of Cancelo, it gives me 3.2 in the bank, which will enable me next week to bring in Lacazette for the double game week, for the blank game week 30, and I'll do possibly Demarai Gray to Podence, that's the plan. So that'll give me 11 players for blank game week 30, assuming Kilman plays. If Kilman doesn't play, it gives me 10 and I'll be perfectly happy with that, But if I don't do it, for example, if I bring in Doherty not for Cancelo but for Livramento, then the problem is I'm not able to get Lacazette. That's the thought behind this entire thing. So if I get Podence next week in place of Demarai Gray, I'll have 0.8 in the bank. Then I'll possibly have to go for maybe an Arsenal defender, because that's all I can do. Possibly I can go for somebody like Gabriel or somebody else, because this, like, that's all I can do. If Kilman, for example, we know Kilman doesn't start before the game week starts, so I can possibly take out Kilman for somebody else. So that's what is making it difficult. It actually all depends on whether I want Lacazette next week or not. That's exactly what my moves depend on. 2 moves are already confirmed. There's nothing nothing which is gonna stop me from kind of making these moves. Demarai Gray I'm keeping for 1 more week because he's got a double game week and Frank Lampard says he's fit. So I thought, why not take a chance when he's sitting on my bench anyways? Why not kind of try to play him? Barry says I'm thinking of bench boost, but Vardy and James are injured. I should -4 and bench boost Kane and some defender. I mean, if you can bench boost with double game week players, I'd say you can do it. But the thing is, don't force your bench boost because there's going to be more double game weeks coming up in 33, 36, 37. So you can use your bench boost then also, Barry, it's not important to use it right now. But if you feel, because, on your bench boost, I assume that, you are thinking to gain at least 20 points. If you can't gain 20 points on your bench boost, I'd say that's not worth it. So you decide, like, Lux says Captain Kane or Son. Out of those two, I'd say Kane. Captain Kane or Salah. Out of those two, I'd say Salah. Do you think Martinelli and Emil Smith Rowe start 1 game each? I don't think so, my friend. I think Martinelli will start both the games unless he's injured. I think Arteta prefers Martinelli because of the work he puts in off the ball. He'll press, he'll go back, he'll defend. He's such a dynamic player. To be honest with you, I feel bad for Emil Smith Rowe because Emil Smith Rowe is such a good player. But right now, there is no place in the team for both Martinelli and Emil Smith Rowe. George says, when in doubt, Captain Salah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Captain Salah. The thing is, guys, let me tell you a very simple fact. Kane is a very good captaincy option this game week, especially because of the way Manchester United are playing. I'm telling you straight away, Kane is a good captaincy option. He plays against Manchester United, which is obviously a good fixture. But then he also plays against Brighton. Brighton have got such a tough double game week in which Liverpool and Tottenham. But, the thing is, there's going to be lots of people who wildcarded in 25. So they weren't able to triple captain Salah in the last double game week, or 24. I don't remember exactly. So they're going to be triple captaining Salah as well. And, there's lots of people who just wildcarded who are in 28 who are going to be bench boosting this game week as well. So, you want to hedge yourself against those people. And if you want to take a risk, you can definitely captain Harry Kane. But if you want to hedge your rank, if you want to hedge against those triple captainers, for example, then you have to think about, captaining Salah. Now, the thing is, I know why you're thinking about Harry Kane, because Salah hasn't scored in 400 something minutes from open play. He scored 2 penalties, but honestly, that doesn't make Salah a bad player. But you have to decide what you want to do with your captaincy, because Kane and Salah both are good captaincy options. If you ask me who's in better form, definitely Kane looks to be in better form. But Salah is Salah. He's the king of FPL, as you already know. I want to do Rafinha and Wong to Martinelli and Jimenez. Now that the thing, Sam, is I'm not sure if Jimenez starts the games. I know what's going wrong with Jimenez. He's being replaced. For example, in the last game, he scored a goal and whatever. He was trying so hard, and he was replaced in the 76th minute by Fabio Silva. And the last game, he didn't even start. So I'm not sure what's going on with Jimenez. That is the reason it's hard for me to recommend getting Jimenez. Babin says start to Rudiger, Coutinho, Jimenez, Broya. Rudiger, I would start Rudiger, and that's such a difficult one because Broya, okay, I'll just keep Broya on the bench because from the Saints forums they say Broya is likely to be benched, just like Smelly Rabbit says. Out of the other 3, for example, let's say we assume I'm starting Rudiger against Newcastle, Jimenez. I think Jimenez has got a decent fixture, Just so tough to kind of Everton away, Coutinho's West Ham away, and that's such a tough one. I'd reckon the thing about Coutinho is, guys, Coutinho scored all his points against Leeds. Both all the hauls that Coutinho has got. For example, I'll just show you here. I think it'll make things more Understandable. Look at the hauls which Coutinho has mostly got, like 10 points against Leeds, 16 against Leeds. Outside of that, he's just got 13 points against Southampton, and that was a horrible Southampton performance, to be honest with you. And in all the other games, it's just done all right. So you have to take it with a pinch of salt as well. Because Leeds are a horrible team right now. Even under Bielsa, they were struggling, and under the new coach, still they are struggling. So I'm not sure how to kind of understand Coutinho at this moment in time. But he did look dangerous. But he did look dangerous against Leeds, is my point. So think about it. Coutinho or Sias? Coutinho, I'd say, my friend. Mon says, I have 8 players for double and I'm saving my free hit for Gameweek 30. If you want a free hit in Gameweek 30, that's absolutely fine. Then you can possibly, just take a hit and for a long, if you want to play a long term, even after Gameweek 30 and you're free hitting in 30, you can take a hit and bring in a double Gameweek player more if you want. It won't make a difference. Sam says, is 8 now nailed? Hope the Marsal experiments have stopped from large. Sam, the problem is, like, Johnny is back as well, and technically he was a left back, and 8 Nori is having good games, definitely, but what happens when Semedo comes back and Johnny's fit again, and along with that they've got Marsal. Obviously, I think he prefers 8 Nori over Marsal now, but what happens when Semedo comes back? Because Semedo's played all the games when he was fit. So either he's going to have to bench Johnny or he's going to possibly rotate. So it's hard for me to say if 8 Nori is nailed or not. Lux, I already answered your question, my friend. I would captain Salah, bro. But they're both good options. I don't know what more I can say. Yeah, if you want, if for everybody, I can just show you the comparison of. I'm sorry, yeah, there you go. So I can show you the comparison of both the players, and I think that'll help you. So this is Salah, and the second one is Harry Kane. So you can see, Kane has got 109 points in the same minutes as Salah, but that obviously doesn't tell you what he's been doing now. To be honest with you, it's hard to kind of compare them because Salah's initial form in the season. I mean, Salah's already scored 25 goals. Not fair to, like, how many goals has he scored? Let me see. 19 goals, sorry. So Salah's already at 19 goals. Kane's got 10, but his form is turning right now. Kane's form is turning. The thing is, Salah's just performing XG and Kane is underperforming a little bit. He should have had more goals. Let me just check the last 5 game weeks. I think that'll give us a better idea. Let us start from game week 23. I think that'll give us a better idea. So there you go. But again, you see, Salah missed a lot of minutes, and Kane has had 630 minutes in the same. So I don't think it's fair. Let me just take it back. So at least when Salah played, yeah, you can say, in the last, let's say 470. Give me a sec here. Yeah, so I guess if you compare this, I think fair. So you can see they've both been in similar forms. I bring it more closer. I'd say let's take it to game week 25, and yeah. So you can see that there's not much to choose between them. Although Kane has been in the better form, but the thing is, it's not like Salah is far behind him. 34, 41. How many goals has he scored during this time? 5 versus 3. Salah's got more shots. For 90, 1.77. Honestly, it's hard to choose between them, guys. It's looking at the stats maybe looking at the games it'll help you. Looking at the stats, I don't think you can differentiate between them. Let me take it a bit more down. Let's see. Yeah, you can see there's very hard to choose between these two right now. I'm not sure what insight you would have gotten from this comparison, but hopefully it helped you. Let me bring you back. George says, so even at Salah's worst, he's still a bit better than Kane. No, that's not the thing. Is George, Salah is really a forward, and he should be listed as a forward. I think they make it difficult for the forwards to kind of reach up to the same points level as Salah, because he gets clean sheet points, he gets he gets 1 more point for every goal, so it makes it really difficult, you know. And Salah's not a midfielder, to be honest with you. I mean, they should just list him as a forward. I don't want them to do that because it'll make captaincy a little bit more difficult, but you know, technically it should be. Sanjay says, hi Wiz. Hey Sanjay, hope you're fine, bro. How many double game week assets would be enough, Wiz? If I take a -8, I'll only be having 5. I think this game week, average amount of double game week assets would be 8. That's what I think. 7. I think 7. 7 would be the average double game week assets. I think there's lots of wildcards being played in 24 and 27. So I think people have played the wildcard 24 and 27 with an eye on these double game weeks. So they'll definitely have loaded up on the assets. So I think 5 is a bit less in my opinion. Do you think a triple captain is better than the free hit? It depends on the fixtures. For example, in game week 25, I think triple captain was definitely better than a free hit because Salah was playing Norwich and Leeds, you know. But it depends on the fixtures, my friend. Commenter says, "Do you think Cancelo is fit? Will he start to come with a That's the difficult question. That's all. That's how I'm struggling. That's the same question I'm struggling with myself, my friend." You will hate this. Thinking of -8 or 12 gives 4 extra players in such a team for the future. No, I won't hate this, my friend. I'm doing the same. I'm taking a -8 as well. Sometimes, you know, drastic times call for drastic measures, bro. You know, if an FPL manager is not flexible and he can't change his play style, then, you know, for example, you're set on, like, for example, you've set rules of playing FPL, you know, and you always play by the rules and you can't kind of adapt to the situations, then I think you know, you'll in for bad luck sometimes. I like that, Sanjay, and you'll see my transfer plan. It's pretty similar as well. Sam says 2 to bench from Hwang, Broya, Cody, and Rudiger. Should be the 2 forwards, right? I'd play Rudiger and Hwang. I'd say the thing is, Broja from the Saints forums, they say he's likely to be benched. You know, I don't know how true it is. You know, if you want to play Broja, that's up to you, my friend. Technically, it should be Broja and Rudiger, just based on the fixtures, you know. It should be Broja and Rudiger. But if you think Broja is going to be benched, then play Wong and Rudiger, I'd say. Aaron says, with Saka, Doherty, and Laka in for Coutinho, Rudiger, and Broja from -6. What do you think? See, if you're getting them for game week 30 and you don't want to free hit in 30, I think that's not a bad move. Although selling Rudiger feels a bit, you know, difficult because he plays against Newcastle. But long term, I think not long term, short term for game week 30, I think that's possibly not a bad move. So think and do it. Which Spurs defenders should I bring in? You already own Doherty, George. I think short term, I think you could go for Reguilon. Because Sessegnon is injured. I just checked. He's injured. You could also think about going with Romero. You know, he plays all the games he's nailed on. You know, I wouldn't go for anybody else. I'd say Dyer, you know, not so inclined to go for Dyer. I'd say Reguilon or Romero. I'm triple captaining Salah. That's fine, my friend. Start Trossard this game week. Yes, Nishchal. Why not? He has a double game week. He does well against Liverpool anyways, so why not? Sagar says it's Doherty nailed on for future game weeks. Short term, he's nailed. Long term, you know, Emerson Royale is there, but as long as Doherty keeps delivering, I don't see any reason for Conte to drop him. Rudiger, Cody, or Dean to start? Rudiger, my friend. Is Wong nailed? They have a lot of wingers. Wong is not really a winger, you know. Wong is like, he plays in front too as a striker most of the times. But nailed on, I'm not sure. The thing is, basically when Wong plays, he plays and Podence plays, Jimenez plays through the middle. Who else can replace him? Maybe Pedro Neto, but I don't think Neto is fit enough to kind of start. So I'd say I don't want to say Wong is nailed, no, because you know last time when he scored a few goals, everybody went for him, you know, got on the bandwagon, and he was suddenly dropped. So nailed, no, but at his value, I think he's not bad. It's Mr. May says, morning, what should I do? Rafinha and James to Robo and Martinelli, Odegaard, Jimenez, and James to Doherty and Lacazette. The thing is, Jimenez plays in 30 as well, so technically I'm not sure why you want to make these transfers. Like, if you're free hitting in 30, then it's fine, but if you're not, then I'd say keep Jimenez, you know. Barry says Kane and a 5.7 million defender. Why not? Who's the 5.7 million defender, my friend? Has BBD got COVID? The thing is, there are rumors that there's some COVID cases in the Liverpool camp, and that Thiago, Ibrahima Konate, and Van Dijk haven't trained. So that is where the rumors are emanating from, that Van Dijk might have COVID. Bjorn says, would you do Dean to Doherty? I mean, Bjorn, Dean plays in Game Week 30. That's the only thing which is keeping me from, selling him, because I want like players in Game Week 30, and Dean is playing in 30. Otherwise, if you have a contingency plan for Game Week 30, then why not? Trincao, Nato, back, Pudence, Jimenez, Wong, 5. The thing is, I don't think Nato is fit enough to start games right now. The same as with Trincao. So that is exactly why I said that Wong is like not nailed on, but short term he might play. That is exactly why I didn't want to commit for that. Christian says, hello Wizard, Doherty or Reguilon for Dean. Hey Christian, I hope you're fine. If I had to bring in Spurs defenders right now, I mean, look at how attacking Doherty is playing. It's like the same Doherty, reminding us of the Wolves Doherty. So if I had to bring in right now, I'd simply go for Doherty. I wouldn't overthink it. It's Mr. May says, should I only do James? I don't think that's a bad idea. I think you can. The thing is with Lacazette, if you want Lacazette, you can possibly get him for somebody else, because Jimenez also plays in 30. And if you're free hitting in 30, then your moves definitely make sense. Otherwise, you can do James to Doherty, yes. Hey, Wiz, Saka or Kulusevski for Bowen? I think this is a difficult question, because Khalid, the thing is, they're both desirable players at the moment. They're both in form, Kulusevski's been doing fine. Saka's obviously been doing fine as well. So it's hard to choose between the two. Let me. Kulusevski is like not really have stats. He's just played. Not played too much. I'd say if out of those two I had to get one, I'd say Saka. Although Saka plays one game against Liverpool, which might sway you, but long term I'd say Saka. Khalid says, is there more chance Liverpool game versus Arsenal might get called off? Because of no chance of the game getting called off. I mean, the rules have changed. I don't think the game's gonna get called off. Doherty for Virgil van Dijk, Thiago Silva, Saïs or Dean. I'd say why not Virgil van Dijk? The thing is, what are you doing in Game Week 30, my friend? That's the important question. Paul says, hey Wiz, hope you're well. Absolutely fine, my friend. I hope you're fine as well. I'm trying to catch my nemesis, my mini league. He is 110 points in front. That's absolutely crazy, my friend. I know he'll play it safe in Captain Sal. Do you think it's wise for me to Captain Kane? Paul, see, the thing is, only Captain Kane if you think Salah is going to blank. That's my point. If you want to Captain Kane, that is totally fine. I'm not saying Kane is a bad captain, but I'm saying that when you're competing with somebody, sometimes captaincy can dent you as well. So you have to be careful with this. Cancelo. The thing is, I'm thinking about my transfer as well. My last transfer, in which I'm thinking whether I should take Livramento out or Cancelo. Not sure. Still not sure. Wiz, will Ziyech start Tuchel? I'm not sure, my friend. I'm absolutely not sure. Give me a sec here. Let me check my notes. I'll tell you. For the lineups which I have here. Don't worry, I'll tell you. I have this. I'll check my notes. Actually I made my notes. I didn't have time yesterday, so I made them day before yesterday. So I didn't have the time to kind of. There might be changes. That's what I mean. But just give me a second here. I'm trying to find my lineups here, and I can't for some reason. Just give me a second, guys. I'm so sorry if I'm not answering questions. Just trying to find the lineups for our friend here. I don't know where Alright, here I think I found them. Just a second. So the question was again Ziyech, right? Yeah, just a second. So in my opinion, according to the notes which I've made here, I think Ziyech has a 48% probability of starting. 48. I wouldn't be confident, my friend. Why not Kilman, says Sam. What do you mean, Sam? I don't understand. You mean why don't I transfer out Kilman? Oh, that's a good question. Because his manager Bruno Lage said that Willy Bolly's is just come back and he wanted to give Kilman a rest. So hopefully, Kilman will get game week 30 possibly. Bruno Lage didn't say he will get game week 30, but he says Kilman had played all the games this season, so he deserves a rest or something of the sort. He didn't say that he had a very bad game, so I dropped him or whatever. So I'm hoping he plays in gaming, because if I wildcard in Gameweek 31, I don't even need Kilman there. I brought him in last week, especially for the blank game week, and that absolutely didn't work out, because in the game in which Wolves got the clean sheet, Kilman didn't play. So it was a double whammy, bringing in a player who was dropped, and now I'm not even sure if he starts. Viz, I'll have 9 and 10 for 30 if I do Doherty or Forsyth or Thiago, but I want Thiago back. That's fine, my friend. I mean, just do it. Do it. I mean, the thing is, don't do it for Sias if you want players for Game Week 30, because Sias is also going to play. You can do it for Thiago, or you can do it next week as well. I mean, if you just want him for Game Week 30, then do it next week, bro. Viz, Adam and Broya want to play Adams. Marco says, should I start Broya or Vegas? The thing is, there's been rumors that Broya's gonna be benched from the Saints forums. There's no news, no press conference, nothing, so I can't say with any amount of certainty. Who does Burnley play? I don't even have any Burnley players. I barely looked at Burnley. So Burnley plays against Brentford. I mean, you could put in Weghorst. I don't think it makes a huge lot of difference. So in case Broya is benched and comes off the bench, at least you'll have a player who plays 90 minutes. Paul says, okay, think I'll have to go differential in a bit to narrow the deficit. Hope Salah doesn't punish me. That's absolutely fine, Paul. I just wanted to show you both sides of the coin. And if you're captaining Kane, you captain Kane with the conscious decision, knowing what can happen. And if you still want to captain it, that's absolutely fine. But you should know. Rafinha, Anthony, Gordon, Coutinho, 2 to start. I'd say I'd start Gordon, because Gordon has a double game week. Why not? Yeah, and he has both the games at home. I think the crowd is gonna support him, so you should take a chance. Along with that, I'd say Rafinha. It's hard for me to kind of tell you to bench Coutinho, but since you asked me, it's difficult, my friend. Such difficult question. Technically, I'd start all 3, but it has to be Gordon plus one of the others, Kulusevski in for Rafinha or Coutinho. Why do you want? The thing is, what is your plan in Game Week 30? That's how I can answer the question. Otherwise, it's hard. Do you know the rumors of the thing is beyond? I've already kind of explained it a bit, because yesterday in the press conference, Klopp revealed that there's some COVID cases in the camp, so he didn't name names. But then Van Dijk, Konate, and Thiago were missing from the training, so people are just assuming that these are the 3 which have COVID. I can't tell you beyond that. Achitan says Kane, Martinelli, Ramsdale. For Weghorst, Bruno, De Gea for a -8. I think that's fine. I think that's not a bad move to make. Or Son, Saka, Ramsdale for Bruno, James Ward-Prowse. Both the moves are good, my friend. Kane, Martinelli, Ramsdale. I'd like Son, Saka, and Ramsdale more, but with the viewpoint on Game Week 30, you'll have a captain in Kane. That's the only reason why I'd prefer the first move. Otherwise, I like the second one more, as Saka. I rate Saka more than Martinelli. Hey Geeta, I'm fine, my friend. I hope you're fine. Weltman or Cash for the starting 11? Any updates? To be honest with you, Weltman has a game against Tottenham and Liverpool, not giving me any confidence. Any updates on Cancelo? No updates on Cancelo. 60% probability on starting from Emma's predictions on Twitter. No more than that. I have got nothing more than that. You're taking a -8. Yeah, I am, Gideon. I had to. You have to. Sometimes drastic times call for drastic measures. Falling from 6k to 27k, I guess that's a drastic time. Just planning for the next game week. I have 10 with the game, but I think I'd roll my transfers are reasonable. Oh, why not? Absolutely. 10 with a game. Sam, can you be more clear? I think I don't properly understand. I have 10 with it. So you've got 10 players with the game, right? You have one free transfer. You can easily have 11 next week. So I think that's absolutely fair. Yeah, even if you want to have 11, that's fair. If you want to go with 10, I don't think that's a problem. Anyways, we'll talk about Game Week 30 when we come to it. Right now we need to focus on Game Week 29. I have to, by the way guys, I have to leave as soon as deadline is over. I have a class to take online, so probably should be actually moving before that, but I try to stay until the deadline with you guys. But before I go, I'll show you my team, and so don't worry about that. Odegaard or Martinelli? I'd say Martinelli. He's got more explosive potential, not nailed on. Adams or Wong? Adams. You mean for this game week or for long term? Yeah, just tell me the entire picture. I'll be able to answer better. The thing is, guys, it's hard for me to kind of just answer. If you ask, for example, somebody asks me Kane or Son, I don't understand the context of the question. My captain would be Salah, bro. Yeah, definitely my captain would be Salah. I'm not changing it. I want to hedge my rank against all these triple captainers and stuff. Yeah, Salah. I think Kane and Salah are the two best captaincy options. So you just have to decide you want to go with the crowd or you want to go differential. I think the expected ownership of Salah is going to be more than Kane. That's all I can tell you right now. Play Sa or Forster. I think I'd Forster. The thing is, Southampton have been conceding goals, That's the problem. They have a better fixture. Their defense is not that good. I just played Jose Sa, my friend, honestly. Sorry, worded that wrong on a wildcard this week. I have 10 in the blank, but would rather not use the free transfer in the next game week. Yeah, absolutely. Thing is, Sam, I don't want you to make a wildcard team looking only at game week 30 and thinking that you've got 10 players. Make a wildcard team for the long term, Even if you have got 9, I wouldn't mind that, honestly. Adams or Wong for this game week only. Adams. Definitely Adams. I think Everton would want to bounce back if they want to stay in the league. Although they've got lots of fixtures in hand, but they're getting dragged into the relegation fight. Tricky, yeah, bro. I mean, it is tricky, but I'd play Jose Sa. No worries about that. FPL Sam says hello, I'm late. No worries, FPL Sam. I hope you're doing fine, bro. Play Coutinho or Jimenez? I mean, this such questions are very difficult, guys. Come on. I mean, how am I supposed to answer that? Jimenez has got Everton away. Coutinho's got West Ham away. They both scored goals last game week. How am I supposed to differentiate between that, guys? Give me some easy questions sometimes. Aaron says, Wiz, do you think Martinelli will play both the games? Aaron, to be honest with you, I think he would. He should as well. But to be honest with you, if you want to get a nailed-on player, I think it should be Saka. Martinelli is always going to be a little bit risky as compared to Bukayo Saka. Just remember this. All the best, Gita. Biswas says Jimenez or Ziyech. I would go with Jimenez, my friend. I'm not confident about Hakim Ziyech. Rafa says, come on, Wiz. It's difficult, bro. It's absolutely difficult. If I was you, honestly, Coutinho plays against West Ham United. Jimenez plays against Everton. I'd say Jimenez but it's tough, It's very tough, bro. Anything new? Nothing new, FPL Sam. The last news that we had was De Gea was possibly gonna be benched in favor of Henderson, and that was before the stream. Will Kilman start game week 29-30? I have no idea, Nishchal. I wish I did. I don't. I need to make my transfers, guys, before before things get out of hand and the streams becomes tense. Just have to make my transfers. Again, my My doubt is whether I should get Doherty in place of Livramento or Cancelo. That's the only doubt. I'd said get him in for Livramento. I think that's possibly, gonna help me. Because the thing is, if I wildcard in 31, I have to get back Cancelo. It would be for 7 million, it's like 6.6. Losing value on Cancelo. If I don't want him back, I think I could possibly sell him. That would mean going without Lacazette though. But I guess, you have to sometimes just... You can't have all the players, I'd say. Alright, so I'll have to possibly get another Arsenal player or somebody else for game week 30 then. I think I'd go with Livramento. Is Alonso nailed on for this game week? I don't know, Sagar. I don't know what happened there. With Alonso, even in the last game week. But with Tuchel, you can never be sure. Any Cancelo news? There's no news, my friend. From the predictions that they do on Twitter every game week, they say Cancelo is 60% for starting. Hang on, let me just post the link of that tweet so everybody can see for themselves. They won't need I won't need to tell them again and again. So this is the link for the tweet for Manchester City. I'm posting it in the chat. You can go and have a look for yourselves. So this is one. Now let me give you the Chelsea one as well. From Chelsea, they say Christiansen not nailed on, Azpilicueta 71%, Alonso 12%. 12%. I don't think he starts. These predictions are mostly true, guys. So here's the City link. And is free hit a good strategy, bro? Absolutely, my friend. If you have a contingency plan for game week 30, you want to attack game week 29, I think free hit is a good strategy. Provided you can, you want to attack the double game week with 11 players. Yeah, why not? Load up your team with 3 Liverpool, 3 Spurs, and 3 Arsenals. Maybe not 3 Arsenal, maybe 2 because, got very difficult games. But yeah, I think there's going to be another chance. There's going to be more double game weeks to play your free hit. So if you have a decent team, don't force a free hit. But if you want, you can. That's all I want to say. Alright guys, so I've made my decision. I'm sticking with Cancelo. So Livramento is going to go out. Bowen's going to go out. King is going to go out for Kulusevski, Kane and Doherty. Let's go. Let's roll, guys. Rock and roll today. No tensions. This would be absolutely horrible if this happened, right? But this is not going to happen. So I'm going to have to set my team. Mr. Kilman, I hope you play in game week 30. That's what I got you for. Alright, so definitely Rafinha is not my captain. My captain is Salah. My vice captain doesn't matter because Salah is gonna play. Dean has to be number 1. Dennis has to be number 2. Ramsdale has to go in place of Foster. How many double game weeks players have I got? I'll just count the single game weeks. I got 3 single game weeks. So I've got 8 double game week players, including Demarai Gray, who I'm not sure if he's gonna play or not, but I'm just gonna take a chance on him. So team looks a little bit better than it was looking last game week, and expecting a gray arrow or a red arrow, guys. I'm not expecting a green arrow this game week. The only thing is to kind of hold my rank if possible. If I can stay within the touching distance, then when we bring on the heavy artillery, when we play our own wildcards, our own free hits, our own bench boosts, then we expect to gain a bit. If only Saul was a defender. Absolutely, bro. Can you shortly tell free hit team, please? Rohit, it's difficult, bro, right now. Wizard, could you bench boost with Ramsdale, Cody, Sias, Broja on the bench? Yes. Bench boost Ramsdale, Cody, Sias. No, I would not. No, Christian, I would not. Absolutely not. And the thing is, Rohit, it's hard for me to kind of make a... you need a right mindset to make a free hit team. But what I'll do is, I discussed a free hit team with one of our friends who's free hitting this week. So I'll just tell you his free hit team. You can note it down. You can listen to it again. So one of one of the big legends of the game as well. Rich Clark is also playing free hit, so you can have a look at his team as well. He's playing Lacazette, Kane. So he's playing a 3-5-2. So note it down, Rohit. I won't have time to kind of say it again. Just note it down, and then you can kind of decide. So Rich Clark is playing a free hit with Lacazette, Kane as their strikers. In midfield, he's got Son, Fraser, Salah, Saka, and Gordon. Salah, Saka, Gordon, Fraser, and Son. And in defense, he's got Alexander-Arnold, Robertson, Doherty with Ramsdale as the keeper. And on the bench you can have like anybody you want to. It doesn't make a difference as long as they're playing. So I think that's the best I could do. It's hard for me to make a free hit team with 10 minutes to go, because my mindset is not towards free hit. So if I make a team, it might not be justified. Maybe I'd not make the best team. I think it would be better to read out team for anybody who's actually playing free hit, my friend. Time to lock and load, guys. 10 minutes to go to the deadline. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to stay with you that long, because I have to go quickly, but I'll try to stay as long as possible. Can you rank Jimenez, Weghorst, and Broja this week? Number 1 Jimenez, number 2 Weghorst, number 3 Broja. Only because I heard rumors that Broja is getting benched, or might get benched or something of that sort. Triple captain active. I don't have triple captain. I've already used it on Salah, my friend. I got 84 points from my triple captain. Can we get a points prediction on your team, Sam? Sam, I don't do that actually. I hate to do points prediction on my own team. Because it's just you kind of expose your worst fears. When you kind of do these kinds of things. It depends on whether you're an optimistic person or a pessimistic person. I'm kind of a neutral. I'm not the most positive person you'll ever see. I'm not the most negative either, So sorry, but I don't want to do it. If you want to do it, I'd be happy to kind of acknowledge it, but I don't want to do it myself. Rohit says, thank you for your free hit help, bro. Rohit, no problem, my friend. That's what I'm here for, right? I hope you have a great free hit. Start Sayas or Broja. Sayas, I think at least he's nailed on plays. The thing is, Broja, if you think Broja will start, if you think Broja will start, then Broja over Sayas definitely. If you think Broja has a chance to get benched, then Sayas, because at least he'll start and play the 90 minutes. That's the only thing I can say here. By the way, guys, this is my logged team. I just check it once again and refresh it for everybody to see. Because I have to leave quickly, so at least Alexander-Arnold, Doherty, Cancelo, all right backs, but Cancelo plays on left back, so I'd say that's justified. Ramsdale, Demarai Gray, my hidden wildcard, I'd say, or my hidden weapon, will give me 1 point after coming on as a sub for 13 minutes in the second game against Newcastle. But anyways, it's supposed to be optimistic. Salah. So if Cancelo doesn't play, Dean comes in. That is fine, I'd say. Not the best, but I'd say that's okay. I'm willing to take that chance. Doherty for Cancelo. I went Livramento to Doherty, my friend. You wanna do for Cancelo, you're gonna have to pay more to get him back. That's only. Sam says triple figures, easy, at least good. If that happens, I'd be happy. I'd be absolutely overjoyed with the green arrow this week. That's all I can say. I'll be okay with the grey arrow, and with the red arrow, you can never be happy. But don't know what to say. But thank you so much for your predictions. Weghorst or Broja on the bench? Broja on the bench, Weghorst in the team. I'd say Ahmed. Thakif says -8 or wildcard. I've taken a -8, Thakif. No wildcard. Beyond says Coutinho or Kulusevski, and I think Kulusevski's got a double game week. Technically, he should be the one coming in. Thakif says triple captain Salah or Kane. Salah, I'd say. If you want, the thing is, there's gonna be more chances to triple captain people, but this game week, if I'm captaining Salah, I expect him to score points. Not more than Kane possibly, but I expect him to score equally good points, So it's difficult, Thakif. I think that this is a decision that you should be making for your own team, because if I'm captaining Salah, I do expect Salah to score good points. I'm not saying he'll score more than Kane, but I'm hedging my team against all those teams who are triple captaining Salah, who are like, that's what I'm doing here. Is Foden to Kulusevski worth a -4? Foden's 84% to start, so not sure. Are Weghorst and Lacazette worth a -4, potentially a -8? You can... the thing is, Lacazette plays against Leicester and Liverpool. He hasn't scored a goal. He's provided, 5 or 6 assists, but... I mean, strikers have to score goals. He doesn't score that many goals for me. I don't know, Mr. Mays. It's difficult, my friend. I'd say Foden to Kulusevski. Not sure. You can keep Foden. You can do Foden to... If Foden plays against Palace, I think he has a decent chance to score. Start Martinez or Sanchez. Sanchez, I'd say. Double game week. You have to take a chance. Wiz, start 1. Dean, Cody, Broya, Ramsey. Dean plays against West Ham away. Cody plays Everton away. Broya, not sure of starting. Ramsey, West Ham away. None of the options are really appealing. Cody, I'd say possibly, maybe Dean or Cody, I'd say. If you think Broya's gonna start, play the 90, start Broya. Other than that, then you have to choose between Dean and Cody. -4 Cancelo to Robertson. Pineapple Pie, then -4. Don't you have anybody else to cover like Cancelo? Yeah, if you want, you can do Cancelo to Robertson. The only thing is -4 is a little bit irksome, to be honest with you. If it was for a free, I would have said not a bad idea. But -4, because the thing is, they play against Brighton and Arsenal, and both games are away from home. Technically, if Van Dijk has COVID, they're gonna play with, and Ibrahima Konate isn't trained as well. So it is difficult decision. If you're getting him for the attacking points, then yes. For defense, I'm not so sure, bro. Thakif says Dean or Kilman or Livramento. I'd say Livramento. Paul 20 says, good luck, Wiz. Good luck, Paul. I hope you have a great game week, my friend. Aaron says, thanks, Wiz. Have a great weekend. May the hours be green. Thank you, Aaron. May the hours be green, my friend, as well. Start Sayas or Broya. I already answered that. I think if you expect Broya to start and play 90 minutes, if you expect Broya to start, then Broya. If not, if you think he's going to be benched, then play Sayas. Barry says Wong or Cody for the start. I know you usually pick the attacker, but Wolves and Everton defense is also symbolic. Wong, I'd say. I'd play Wong. If Wong starts, I think Wong is a good option. If he doesn't start and comes off the bench, then that's the issue. Why Kilman on the bench? Because I don't expect him to start, and even if he starts, it's fine. Because all the other options which I'm playing are better than Kilman. Who would you drop for Kilman, my friend? If you don't have any other good option, then definitely you can play Kilman. Marcus says who to place on the bench, Broya, Jimenez. I would place Broya on the bench and play Jimenez. There is one more double game week. There's gonna be 3 more double game weeks, bro. Don't worry about that. There's gonna be 3 more double game weeks. Not for the bigger teams, but there is gonna be more double game weeks. Just remember that. For Everton, Leicester, all these clubs, are gonna have lots of fixtures to adjust. By the way, guys, I'm going to be leaving right around the deadline, so, I won't be here for the predictions or anything else, but thank you so much for being here with me on today's deadline stream. If you have any more questions, just 2 minutes to go. I'd technically tell you to just, fix your teams and, just get rid of the tensions, but if you have any more questions, I'm here with you for 2 more minutes. Barry says, thank you, you're welcome, my friend. I hope you have a great game week. Well, guys, I think since we're not getting any more questions, I think I'd better take your leave. I have to go do some stuff now, So, Shopman says I gotta go, bro. I wish you all the best. Yeah, same here, my friend. I wish you all the best as well. So, guys, thank you so much for attending today's deadline stream. And, I hope you all have great game weeks. Before I go, I just want to tell you one thing. Quickly answer a question. George says, Dyer or Reguilon? I aim to bench boost later, so thinking Dyer as Sessegnon will be back after game week 31. Long term, I'd say Dyer or Romero are better because they're nailed on. Sessegnon, will be back, and then yes, Regulon's position. The thing is, how Regulon plays over this next 3 game weeks will depend whether Sessegnon comes back or not. But long term nailed on, I'd say Dyer. I think. Todd has almost stepped through the deadline. Todd, just lock your team, bro. It's still 1 minute to go. Quickly lock your team. Captain Salah, you know, just quickly lock your team. That's it. We don't have much time now. But I hope you you know, at least manage to fix your team before the deadline is over. Anyways, guys, so thank you very much for attending today's deadline stream. I'll be back with you again streaming for the next deadline. Till then, you just take care of yourselves, and I just want to tell you right at the end, if you have a bad game week, you know, and your rank goes from 6k to 27k, we can also have a good game week in which your rank goes from 27k to 10k, let's say. You know, so always be positive, guys, and try to enjoy the game. This is all what we do. We love this game, and once you make your decisions, once the deadline passes, you can do absolutely nothing, you know, to control your destiny, which is this game. Only thing you can do is plan for the next game week. So let's all end on a positive note, and I hope the arrows are green, guys. Take care. FPL Visit signing out. I'll see you later. Bye bye.